Start your engines. Alex, how are you?
Lovely, brother. Great. We had a nice little, a little Kiki, I think the kids say. A little.
Is that what is that? I'm not
Kiki.
with it. What is a Kiki?
Well,
it's like
a Kiki is like you spill some tea, Jake, you have a catch up. You catch up with somebody, you get to hang out, you chat. And you have a little Kiki. That's what it is.
I thought Kiki. I was like, oh wow, the kids are doing pre-podcast chats about show rundown and show notes. It's really cool and progressive that they've got a word for it.
They sure do. Jake,
they're all doing podcasts. They're all doing podcasts, so they got words for the pre-show meeting, which is great. Good for them. Welcome to Going Yard.
Welcome.
We're in it. A lot of the pre-show, we're gonna have a second conversation. It seems like with the movie follow-up. We gotta address it off the bat, but man, did we have a great time recounting the movie-going experience and the optimal way to prepare for it.
So on the last episode, if you listen to the last one, we were talking about the audio of it, but I don't think the audio of our last podcast captured how hilarious I truly thought Jake's endeavor and journey to the movies with leftovers was. I thought I laughed so hard, and the audio kind of spiked, so it cut out.
Alex,
I don't think I've laughed that hard.
There's nothing funny about bringing microwave salmon and broccoli to the movie theater with you.
To the theater, you walked there with
business. I did, and I walked to the theater, which is now. When I listened to that back, I did think, well, that is a bit. That is a bit strange, I suppose. Okay, all right.
This was in the Kiki. I was like, this is like a Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is like Jake David, basically. Larry David, Jake David. This was like,
I stand by it. Look, Alex. Look, the movie theaters are dying, Alex. They need me. They need us. They need all of us. We get to treat it like our home, okay? I'm
sneaking in snacks. They need you undercutting the most important part of their business model, which is the snacks.
No. What I am doing is I'm getting the ticket. And I'm meeting them halfway. I'm meeting them in where my life intersects with the movie theater. I'm intertwining the two. And you know what? Maybe they should partner with HelloFresh, and maybe they have a little kitchenette in the back where I can do my usual movie watching experience, where I poke my head out around the corner every so often as I cook, and maybe
you get a little snarky. You got Denise. If it's gonna pop in the microwave, just wipe it. Nobody likes a dirty microwave. You gotta wipe it down. If your leftover mac and cheese pops and the cheese pops in there, you gotta wipe down the cheese. You just gotta go wipe down
in the middle of the trailers. I'm just yelling that.
It's the kitchenette is in the theater. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. In the back, because that's how I'll feel at home. That's a model, Alex. We could do that. We could get it's
a
dinner and a movie
in the background. Beep, 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 and you're like chatting, and it's
a premiere. It's a premiere. Timothy Chalamet's big break, and you're like, what is going on? I don't even.
He's giving you the over the shoulder, the side eye.
You're in the back. Yeah. Oh man. So
you went. I mean, a lot of our conversation last episode was, okay, what are you going to bring? What are the snacks going to bring? And you did. It was Fellowship. No. Twin Towers? Two Towers.
So I wanted to bring this up. I'm so happy you went right in. You went right in because we had that whole thing where. So yes, we watched at home with our friend Zane. We watched the Fellowship, the extended edition, in preparation to watch the Two Towers in theaters. It's the 25th anniversary. They've got it released, so we were getting ready to go to that. And there were other people that mistakenly accidentally called it. They're like, I'm so excited for the Twin Towers. I mean, two towers. Like, it's more common, I guess.
I get
in
it.
that era.
I get it.
But
yeah.
Anyway, it was so we ended up I know there's a little bit of debate. We were going back and forth about how we wanted to play it and the optimal way. We ended up we end up going. Are you familiar with Mendocino Farms? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Remember
they
that?
have great Sammies, little great sandwiches, and little paninis, little paninis. Oh
yep.
yeah.
So Lisa and I, we walk over, and we had just a nice old little walk. I get the steps in for the fantasy hike, so we got to get that in.
So we walk.
Yeah. We walk over, and we get. Mendocino, we get a little sandwich and a beer on the side. Little, just get it going. Just get the vibe right before the movie.
IPA? Is it a pale ale? Is it
IPA? Well, yeah, nailed it right off the bat. IPA.
Okay, I know.
Nailed it right there. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, we should be twins.
Yeah, my wife's from Portland, so we have to. It's a microbrewer. You know what I mean? We gotta be. We label shop and we go for the microbrews. But we did that because we picked Mendocino because it was next door to Trader Joe's. So
now we're
talking. We go Trader Joe's action. And we start going up and down those aisles. We go up and down. Now we picked 3 items. Alex, you have any idea which Trader Joe's? You're a big Trader. Are you still going these days to Trader Joe's?
I don't go as much. It's farther away from where I'm at currently. I don't go as much as I'd like, but you want me to guess? You want me to guess those 3 items?
I think you could get at least, there's of the 3, I think you'll get.
I recommended at least one on the last pod. I recommended, so let's see if you did it. There was the dried mangoes, the dried mango strips. Did you get the dried mango strips? That's right. Okay.
Now we opted for the fruit and juicy, not the what's the gummy juicy fruit or the gum? It's the
not juicy fruit, but the one that's like it's not the dry leather one. It's the more gelatin.
It's sweeter. It's sweeter because it's not fully dried out or whatever, but it's a chewiness. It's a chewier version versus the dried, crunchy version.
And there's some sugar to that. There's more sugar to that one. It's still like a treat, so it's like a more compromised treat.
Exactly. So we did. You nailed it. 1 for 1. We had two more now. Two more. You got
the other thing. I don't think you did it because you already had a beer, and we had talked last pod about going coffee and biscotti cookie. Did you do it? Biscotti cookie?
I wish we looked at the biscotti. However, we knew we were going in for the extended edition. This is like 3.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
We did get at Trader Joe's the coffee in a can. They had like a couple of different options. So we ended up getting like the shot, espresso shot, and coffee, canned drink each. So we did get coffee, but that was more of just like a let's drink this on the drive over kind of thing. Like we're just kind of doing. So we did get coffee, no biscotti, because if we could have dipped it, but it's too many moving parts.
Yeah, it's a can. It's not it's not like the hot cup and like the styrofoam cup.
So a little bit of a compromise there, but kind of hit it. With the coffee
Trader
part.
Joe's snacks that you would want to bring to a movie after Mendocino Farms and 1 IPA in. Okay.
We did talk about one. I don't know if that's going to help you get you there, but
on the pod, the last pod we did.
We did. We mentioned it briefly. And now I will say all 3 of these things, they were sweet. They were sweet items. So all 3 were sweet items. No, there wasn't really savory. And let me know if you want me to tap in.
Yeah, that knocks out what I was gonna say. I was gonna guess. Those they're basically like Trader Joe version of Takis. The little chips.
Oh, yes, those are fantastic. They are.
They're like guess, but you just ruled that out because that's like a.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
And it's like the red that looks like a flaming hot Cheeto with the powder almost. Yeah.
You kind of you just those are one of those snacks you just keep eating. You know what I mean? Where it's got the flavor. It's like spicy. So you just you put the next one in, you don't even notice it. You're like, oh, I'm already halfway done.
And then you look down and you're halfway through the bag, and you're like, whoa, what the heck? Yeah.
And you're covered in dust.
Are they not Tokitos? Now I'm like so curious of the name.
Well, Takis is like the brand. They're not Takis, but it's like a Trader Joe's version of Takis, basically.
I see.
So you could probably even Google that Trader Joe's Takis or something, and it'll pop up. And I think it says like chili something on the bag. And it's like a pinkish.
Oh,
bag.
Okay. They just called it rolled corn tortilla chips.
Right.
Chili and lime flavored.
Yeah, chili and lime.
But yes, it is exactly Takis or whatever they're called.
Right. Okay, so, but you went sweet. So that was what I thought you would get. But you went sweet, and we talked about it on the pod. I'm thinking cookies then, or wait a minute. We didn't talk about this, but I know you love cookie butter, but that's too big. That's too big. It's too big. You can't eat a whole thing of cookie butter ice cream, right?
I just Winnie the Pooh it. I just scoop it out with my paw.
No, I should have said the cookie butter ice cream, not the cookie butter. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
No, that would be wild too. That's like a Ben and Jerry's thing.
It's way too big. Yeah, it's way too big.
Yeah.
But they're probably cookies. Oh, I know. Because we talked about it on the pod. I just remembered. But which ones did you get? So we talked about the two variations.
I think you're warm.
Because Lisa likes the watermelon Sour Patch, I'm going to guess you guys did the Swedish Swimmers with the dusting on it, with the sugar on the outside.
The Scandinavian Swimmers. Alex, you nailed it.
That's right. Scandinavian Swimmers. Yeah, not Swimmers.
Yeah, the Scandinavian Swimmers with the... Oh, dude, those are yes, they're exactly. They've got the sour bits, they've got the regular gummy, but this was the sour bit.
But it's like a Swedish fish knockoff, right? It's like a Swedish fish version.
It's like a Swedish fish meets a Sour Patch. It's like the in between of those, basically. Very good,
nice.
And so the last one, I don't know. I don't think you'd get this because this is you'd understand it, but it's not like a frequent item. If you want to guess, you can.
I'd understand it intellectually, but I wouldn't like empathize with it. Like I wouldn't like, I wouldn't get it. Is that what you're saying? I wouldn't feel it. I wouldn't.
No. You wouldn't guess it.
Okay. No. Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear.
Yeah. You don't get me, dude. You just don't understand, man. You don't get my
snacks. You don't get my Trader Joe snacks.
You don't get my Trader Joe snacks like that, dude. Man.
But for you, this is it's gonna be wrong. I just have to say, I got to get this off my chest. Was it the mochi balls? Did you get mochi balls? Did you get the mochi?
I love that guess though. It's just the coldness, the cold with the ice cream, but when
they warm up. I mean, if it's you got to prep it ahead of time. You got to bring your freezer to the instead of microwaving it. You got to bring a small fridge. Yeah.
I've got dry ice, and I bring that with me. I have a dry ice. With my cooler in the back, with my kitchenette. And so, no, the last one.
What's the last one? I would never understand. I couldn't even comprehend.
It was Trader Joe's versions of peanut butter cup, but they were mini. And then it was like all the mini ones. It's just obscure, is why I said I don't think you'd get it. It was
if you know, I think I even mentioned this on the last one. I think I would have. If you gave me, we would have really eaten into some time. It would have taken me like 5 to 10 minutes. And I think
I know. I'm happy we cut this short to the quick 15-minute open here. Because you're right. The peanut butter would have really ruined it.
This was for Mom because Mom was like, "Oh, thank goodness the podcast isn't about football anymore. It's about food." I can finally listen now.
That's so
Mom
funny.
is going to be dialed in. Hi, Mom. She's like, "Hi, boys. They're in Trader Joe's now." When I was raising them, I took them to Trader Joe's, and
Oh my gosh, did we ever? I'm trying to remember what we used to get when we were younger. Mom, I'm trying to remember. There was
she loved the frozen meals. Remember, Mom was always all about the Trader Joe frozen meals.
Do you remember the eggplant? Mom, you'll remember that one. The eggplant parm is what I vividly remember. That was a good one. That was a lovely one.
Load up on those frozen, because they are like healthy, good frozen meals. Like they're good.
Yeah. That's right.
Solid quality stuff. So that sounds fun. That's great. That's awesome. Good.
So yeah, we got those 3, and then I ended up getting popcorn and a water. So I did have some savory. Now you can imagine popcorn? With all this going on. What's that?
What size popcorn did you do?
I went with a large, and I opened it up to the group. You know, it was the 3 of us. It was
a tub?
A big old, a little rounded downy.
Good.
Yes.
Good. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to know. I want the visual of you with that in your hands. Good.
Had that, and we're watching a 25-year-old movie. We're
incredible.
Yeah, really, really getting after it. It holds up though, dude. Those movies rip. Really, really rip.
I gotta go back. I gotta go back and rewatch, I think.
Very fun, very fun. Also, now my algorithm is just like, oh, you like Lord of the Rings? Here you go. And it is shoving it down my throat. So I am getting all kinds of bits. And also now like Peter Jackson's behind the scenes look at how they shot this, perspective of the hobbits being so small and Gandalf being so big. And here's the camera work they use. Anyway, I am getting inundated with that after having seen this. And
a lot of Elijah Wood content. Are you getting a lot of Elijah Wood content?
Fair amount. It was an emotional last scene when they had to rap on Frodo. Peter Jackson, dude, he made him do the tape. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wow. He
hugs him. He hugs him and he goes, "Thank you."
Yes,
thank you, little man.
And it's you hear some of the other cast go, I felt as though we got it on the first take, but Peter just kept making him do it. It was just
Don't leave. No,
don't leave, Mr. Frodo. Don't leave, Mr. Frodo.
You got to do this one on 1 foot. You got to do it on 1 foot now.
That's right.
Don't leave.
But it was a great movie outing, and now I'm jazzed up. I am chomping at the bit to watch the third one now, and we're trying to get together with that same our couple that we've been double dating with to catch the last one. So
love that.
Yeah, we got to we get that in the books. Got to get that in the books and see when we're gonna watch it.
I'm out of the game now, as our loyal listeners know. I'm single now, and so what? How long out are you booking out a double date these days? Is it you got to get on the calendar, ahead of time? Is this a couple months in advance?
It depends. Yeah, it depends who you're chatting with. I guess some people are busy, some people are out and about. But I'll tell you what, the shared calendar that Lisa and I have is so helpful because I'll just toss something. I'll toss something in there, and then she just knows. So then we don't double book, and then conversely, I'm just at home in my underwear watching TV, and she's out with the girls or something like that, and I'm like, oh, boom, we were booked. We're getting booked. Here we go.
This is great insight, Jake. This is excellent insight. Also, you guys are one of the most organized couples that I know, like spreadsheets on spreadsheets. And
Alex,
you guys love
if you really want to get into the weeds about some work stuff later, we might be able to, because I got some some dates later about that. But
I gotta get a work story or two. We can kind of chat.
Yeah, we can hold off a little bit, but how was the weekend? I mean, we're doing a little bit of the pre-show chatting about it. It seems like a little bit chill weekend. You got a couple runs in there. I saw the mileage spike a couple times. Didn't love that from my perspective, but you're crushing it.
Yeah. Again, this is the second podcast in a row. I'm like, I need to call Spicer, because what about Spicer, huh? I mean,
I'll get into my weekend, but it was one where I was like, okay, I just got to bide my time and and man, did he pounce. Did he
Oh
pounce?
man.
Yeah.
He is a panther. He's Spice Panther. This is our
Yeah.
stepfather. And we're all doing the run, or the fantasy walk. So we're all walking to Mordor together. And man, my weekend I did a lot of hibernating this weekend. Is what I put in the show notes. Like I had like a hibernation. I did nothing in the best way. I finished Peaky Blinders. I did finish Peaky.
Oh my God! Did you do your hat with cigar and trench coat in the backyard again?
Jake,
did you do that?
It's not a trench coat. It's a pea coat, and it's very cold outside. Jake, it's like 20 degrees. It's like 20 degrees outside. So of course I did. I did do it. It's Jake. Peaky Blinders was ending. Why I was going to go have the Shelbys go out by themselves? No, this is the Peaky Blinders family. Okay, we're all gypsies in this together. We're the gypsy family. Okay, we can't let fascism rise like it's rising in the show. Anyway, so I had a real chill weekend, and same thing. I didn't run at all like on Friday or Saturday. It was weird with no football, right? Did you feel the absence this past weekend with no football? The no football weekend.
Luckily had a busy weekend, and so I was occupied, and it was perfect because I kind of felt like it was a nice break where I'm like, oh good. I'm not like there's not all the friends wanting to hit the bar or something. It was I ended up making it, and we could chat a little bit about, but made it up to Portland. Saw the in-laws. And
you got to dive in here. Yeah, you got to dive in because you had a big weekend. I just had that kind of hibernating weekend. What did you get into in the land of Port?
There was a lot of fun stuff. There's a couple things I really wanted to share with you because Mount Hood is like, first off, Pacific Northwest. Can't speak highly enough of it. It is so gorgeous. Like when you get there, you can see at different altitudes, you can see Mount St. Helen, the volcano that blew in like I want to say the 80s, maybe. You can see that off in the distance. You can see Mount Hood. You can see Mount Rainier. You can see Mount Adams. And all of these are like snow-capped mountains that like Beautiful. You can just see from the city or driving around and stuff. And so it is just gorgeous. And so anyway, all that to say, we flew up there. It was my niece's 3rd birthday, and they hooked up. They ended up doing some snow tubing.
Is this now she is 3 years old and 5 years old? Is it different? Are they 2 years apart?
3 and 6. 3 and 6 are the nieces. Yep. Very adorable, and it was very fun because they can't go by themselves. So there's the double tubes, and so all the adults were taking turns, and one of the girls was like, we have to beat the other ones. You better be faster. And I'm like, I hope so. I'm gonna try. But it's like,
did you?
It's kind of.
Were you faster?
We had a couple fun ones where we really. I was treating this like the bobsled team, in the beginning, where you kind of like you're sliding it back and forth. You want to make sure it's nice, that it's smooth underneath. You got to like pat it down a bit, and then as they're doing the 3, 2, 1, I'm going pretty far back, and I'm trying to like get a running start. And then jumping in, kind of like the bobsled.
And so she's already in it. She's already in the front. Like, so
she's already in the front.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, she's locked and loaded. She's there for the ride. Man, would it be great? But I mean, it's your birthday. Yeah, and so it was gorgeous because you could see like the peak of Mount Hood, and then we had this big fun thing, and then we kind of ended with we tailgated. We tailgated like it was like an Eagles game or something. So we ended up we've got the sister-in-law, brother-in-law, they've got a fun Sprinter van that they had all the snacks, they had all the table and fold-up chairs ready to roll, and the adults had a couple beers here and there for the ones that weren't driving, and we're just hanging out at the mountaintop, and there's people like skiing, so it was a real cool, just outdoors kind of hangout thing with the whole crew. It was a big group. A lot of the parents. It was fun catching up with them and seeing them, and just kind of shooting the shit as the kids just like ran around. So that was a blast.
Yeah, because last time you saw them was Christmas, right? Roughly, right?
Christmas, yeah. So not too long ago. Not too long ago.
But still, sometime, at least some time had passed. And now you got to say where you stayed. You got
So the thing that I didn't realize this until I got there was that on Mount Hood there is Timberline Lodge. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Timberline Lodge on the top of Mount Hood. It is the ski lodge, and it is gorgeous because it is like ski in, ski out, and you can stay there. There's really nice dinners. There's a beautiful restaurant. But this is the place that they filmed The Shining. So
come on.
That's where Jack Nicholson goes to all work and no play, make Jack a dull boy, and he's writing, and he's the writer or whatever. And anyway, the kids.
Here's Johnny, and then
exactly.
Axe through the bathroom door. Here's Johnny, and he puts his head through. Yeah.
Yep. Amazing GIF, by the way. If you're looking for a GIF to send people, it's an incredible GIF.
Yep. Detrimental to the twin brand. Really,
I know.
Twins. It put us back a bit.
There was already
decades. Yeah.
Really did. Yeah. The twins from The Shining really, really hurt the twin community in a poor way. Poor association with twins. Wasn't really until probably the Olsens, until we really rebounded in a real way.
Tina and Tamara, right? Sister.
Yep.
That helped.
That probably helped a little bit after. Zach and Cody helped us get there.
Thank you so much.
Big shout outs to them.
Zach and Cody, Sweet Life.
Yep.
It was a sweet life. Remember that?
Exactly. Yep. Really helped out. But the funny part was we go there. I'm like, oh my God, The Shining, this is so cool. I wonder if they have shots we can recreate or whatever. And it is a fully functional hotel. And there are people waiting to check in. And Lisa has been there, so she's kind of showing me around. We get to see all the fun landmarks and the sights and everything. And I go, yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Is there an axe? Like, do they have anything? And she goes, yeah, they do. And I go, what? And so she goes, yeah, you can, let's go up. So we waited in line. Like, all these people have their luggage, they have skis, they're waiting to check in. And we are there with nothing. We're just like with a warm coat, and we're just like both standing in line. We get to the front of the line, and the woman's like, hi, how can I help you? I was like, hey, can I get a picture with the axe behind you? And she was like, what's crazy is they just have it on display. It's just like in a holder. And she goes, oh yeah. She goes, absolutely. Just try not to take it off this floor. You can bring it around. Just not off this floor. But here you go. And she just hands me an axe in the middle of the lobby. So I just now have an axe. And there's people that are like, they're flustered. They've been traveling their flight. They drive up a mountain. They're checking in. They're exhausted. There's just me walking around with an axe around this lobby. So yes, the pictures were very fun. I got
a couple. They were very fun. I didn't even know you were staying there, so this came out of nowhere to me. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was so funny to just see you. And then when you said this is the actual place, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
and so the axe has etched on it, like here's Johnny is like etched into it.
Of course. Right.
And then Yeah, I went to the hallway with the twins. They had the axe. I went to the fireplace. I had the axe. And then, of course, there was like just an angled wood frame that I squeezed my head through to kind of make it look like I was going through a hacked out door. So
great picture.
that was the highlight.
That was a good
That
highlight.
was the highlight.
That was a great, that one got me. Because then
Yes.
you sent the GIF right after that
Right.
of Jack Nicholson and like the
Yeah.
side by side. Pretty great, because you have a little crazy in your eye.
I tried to. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, and you really shaped your angry grimace, like the bottom lip and the top lip. Really good grimace. It's
so
like,
I don't know if it comes through, but maybe if it looks like you're looking at it on the screen here. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, here's Johnny, and that here is the action, the jaw action that's kind of going on.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
It's very funny because it looks harrowing, and then the very next picture you have just a shit-eating smile on your face with the big axe.
I know.
And you're like,
I was ecstatic. I was so excited. Yeah. I was I'm really, because it was also a surprise to me. I didn't realize that we were going. I knew we were doing the tubing thing, and I didn't realize it was the same mountain. I mentioned all those mountains around Portland, so I didn't realize it was just one and the same. But great
Very
Portland trip. Got to see the Fam Bam.
Now,
and
did you tell the Fam Bam the first time that we saw The Shining? As
yes,
kids? Did you tell them this story?
Alex, I'd love to hear your version, because I've now told it a couple times this weekend. I want to hear if it's the same. Quick.
Oh, okay.
I did an abbreviated little, 30-second kind of hit.
Okay, well then this will be my version of it. We'll see how close it is to what you've been saying.
Yeah,
we go to Disney World with Mom and Dad, and and
I think it might have been a step parent. Might have been a step parent.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I. Thank you. And
yeah,
so we go with it. Definitely Dad, because we had walked around, I think, most of that kind of morning and early afternoon, but we had just kind of gotten in, because I remember the bag still on the floor. So we're in Disney World. We're in the hotel, like the Mickey Mouse hotel.
Yeah. How old did you think we were? How old do you think?
Oh gosh, probably like second grade, maybe would be my guess. I'm just ballparking.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, I would even say, I thought like 7. I was going to say 7, but that's probably younger than second grade.
I was saying 6 or 7. I thought somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah,
right. So that would be so that would be my guess. But then semantics. But anyway, we spend the day kind of walking around the park. So we're all tired. We go in the Mickey Mouse bed, and we're like laying there, and it's like a goofy room. Not the character Goofy, but like a goofy, theme
vibe.
To the room vibe. And then Dad has the remote, as he always does, and he was in control, and he's flipping through the channels, and he puts on The Shining, and we watch The Shining in Disney World.
Yeah.
And we're both terrified by the end of the movie in Disney World. So I think the juxtaposition it kicked off like the rest of the trip then, I feel. But so anyway, just a funny place to watch The Shining, way too young to watch it, and in Disney World in like a Mickey Mouse themed hotel room.
Yeah. That was pretty much my recounting as well. It was just like long day of travel. We get into Disney World, 6 years old, and first thing we're flipping through the TV, the thing that lands on is The Shining. First time I see it is in Disney World, and then we're in the happiest place on earth.
Exactly.
It was really fun, but
also that's awesome that you got to go there. You got to be there, brother.
I want to go back. I was telling you on the pre-show, because like I mean, obviously it'd be a little creepy or whatever. It'd be kind of scary because of the backstory, but the lodge itself was gorgeous, and you can drive right up, and it turns into like there were ski lifts on down the hill and above the hill. So this is like square in the middle of like all these ski runs. So it would be so fun to go do some runs, ski in, ski out. They have really nice dinners. It would be incredible to do a trip there.
Would love to. Also, I would love to just see
Yeah.
Portland in general. So the whole trip itself sounds like a great idea. Would love to. Never been. Would love to, especially now that you have family. It's like I kind of have family there now as well.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Would love to see them. Maybe her 4th birthday party.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah.
A year from now.
Yeah. But oh man, really fun. And also Portland, I mentioned the beers earlier. The airport is incredible because it's like very low key, but they've got a really nice bars that are just kind of like chill. And also there's so much like timber is around Portland. It's really nice wood. It's just a gorgeous like entrance, and like it's really high ceilings with this really amazing like timber framing. So it's just a really cool airport.
You think Mom would appreciate the architecture of it all? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and they just redid it. They just redid it as well.
Lovely.
It's a really great airport. So anyway, yeah, fun weekend. Did that, but man, I'll tell you what, we did fall behind on the fantasy hike. I came back and I was like, what the hell? Mom and Spice, and then you went for your run. I was like, oh my God, this was not a good weekend for me.
Again, I need to connect with Spice because I don't know if we've ever done anything competitive with Spicer, but I feel like virtually I'm finding this side of him where
yeah.
Really? we're walking and we're doing our runs, and I can just see him, coming right up, right above. And I think I'm doing the same thing too, but I'll tell you what, he's not going away. This Spice. He is getting his miles in. And I love it. I want to talk to him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Vengeance this week. It's great. This is exactly what I wanted. Is now, because this is happening, I'm like so motivated to do more. And now I also have a routine. On my lunch break, I go for walks. In the morning, I'll go for a walk. And then I'll try and catch one in the evening even. And that's not even including like runs and stuff like that. But yeah, oh man. So that I really got to get back into that. The other thing I want to bring up to you on this weekend, we had some fun family time. Have you seen there's a new Game of Thrones that's coming out? It's they're on episode 3. It comes out on Sundays, HBO. It's called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's like a prequel.
Oh, I was just going to ask, is there any recurring actors, actresses, or characters from the previous one, or just the same world, new people now? Or
same world. It's a prequel, so it's before. So you have heard stories of some of the characters, and it's them as they're younger. We actually we were wondering the same thing. It was Carl LB, Lisa, and I, step-parent, or the in-laws, and myself. And we looked up after we had watched a couple episodes. There's some stuff on the internet that shows like a family tree of stuff. And so you could kind of see.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. So you can look it up pretty easy.
Have they seen all of Game of Thrones? Your in-laws?
Yeah, I think back in the day. Yeah, back in the day when it was coming out.
Nice. I remember we knocked it out in COVID. That's right. When I watched it.
Yes.
That was like our COVID. We're like, all right, well, we're locked in. We can finally got time for Game of Thrones. And it was like, that was our day.
We really hammered through. We got some good, there was some fun times with that. I mean, the show is so good, but man, is it brutal. Dude, it is such a brutal show with like just the murder and the just all the really intense shit that happens in the show.
Dude, Peaky Blinders at the end got really very similar, very violent, a lot of yeah, and also no spoilers, but
yeah.
Would you need a refresh before you watch that of Game of Thrones, or do you think you would remember?
You know what's funny about this one? So Game of Thrones is so, because I was like going in like, oh, it's Game of Thrones, it's going to be pretty brutal. It's such a different tone. It's a very different tone.
How?
So
Explain.
I
Explain
I almost don't
yourself.
I
What do you
almost
mean?
don't want to tell you. I kind of want you to just kind of
What
experience
is
it.
it anime now? Like, what do you mean? It's a different tone. What?
No,
What?
they do they do a comedy. It's
It's a dark
it is
comedy.
there are more funny parts. There are much more funny parts.
I was thrown by the laugh track, but I got used to it.
Yeah,
I got used to the
yeah.
laugh track after a while.
Yeah. After they knighted
Peter
him.
Dinklage, what are you doing?
Yeah. Applause break as he enters the room. Yeah. As he enters the joust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it up for Peter. Everyone's just applause break.
Oh, Peter
Canned
Dinklage.
laughter. No, it is a fun, different tone. It's not as like dark and gritty. It's a little bit
Right.
lighter. At least the first 3 episodes is how far I am.
Yeah.
So if you want to, the reason I tell you is because it's 3 episodes in and it's airing live on Sundays. Well, not live, but it's weekly.
Right.
Releases.
Release.
So
okay, yeah, I haven't done like a timed thing. I've just been doing the bingey stuff.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool to get on like a schedule a little bit.
Yeah,
You know?
it's really fun. It's a really fun one. But yeah, let me know. Maybe we can chat about it if we get some interest or whatever. But you pumped for the Super Bowl? How are we doing? You got any plans? Are you got anything you're gonna lock
nothing
into?
Crazy cooking up. Just hang out with some buddies, but nothing like crazy cooked up. I am like excited. I really am this is the outcome of the game that I want. I would love to be eating wings. I got a beer in my hand, and the Seahawks are just annihilating Drake May. Like, he's been sacked 5 times in each playoff game. I'd love it to be like 10 for the Super Bowl, and I can just like hear Bill Simmons crying. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Love it.
Is Boston fans, they don't.
It's
been too spoiled. This whole generation, last 2 decades have been too much winning for all of New England and Boston sports.
Since 2000, they have 7 Super Bowls in 25 years, which is like from one team to, it's basically like every almost 3 years, every 3 to 4 years, they're getting a Super Bowl, which is kind of crazy.
But that's just the ones they've won, right? They've been even more, right? Like, they've been in it even longer.
Yeah. And so they've lost, what was that? 3?
Yeah,
at
the
least
Giants
3?
Twice, the Eagles.
And did they lose to the Rams or the Seahawks? No, they beat the Rams.
Seahawks beat the Broncos for their win.
Right.
Legion of Boom.
So, but at least 10. So they've been in almost half. And the other half are the Chiefs, pretty much.
Does this include Bledsoe? Remember Bledsoe lost in the Super Bowl too before Brady? I think that was 2. Yeah. Yeah. Jake, actually, you know what I did? You know what I did in my hibernation? They did Super Bowl highlights. Remember we used to watch them?
NFL Films?
Network. NFL Films, NFL Network, and they just went Super Bowl by Super Bowl. It was weird how they were doing it. Like, it would be like Super Bowl for like from 2001, and then it'd be like 2005. But then they'd go back to like 98, and then they kind of like jumped around. It wasn't.
So they might have just gone by like, quality of Super Bowl maybe, or like,
I don't know what like it was. And I kind of was jumping in and out. Like, I'd just come back to it, and then I'd watch like, a basketball game. Like, I watched the Sixers or I would watch a show or something, and then I kept coming back to the Super Bowl highlights. And dude, I felt like when we were little kids watching those NFL films.
You're right, Alex. They lost to the Packers with Bledsoe.
Yeah, I watched because it was Brett Favre, and that was the other thing is man, Brett Favre had a real legacy before he kind of threw it all away with his all of his
off the field.
personal off the field stuff. And
I know,
but dude,
it's a
he
real
could have
shame.
been a real fixture, like Peyton Manning. You know how like after he retired, he's still involved and like a great character of the NFL and an ambassador. Like Brett Favre easily could have been that, and like kind of was that. Like listening to him mic'd up on the sidelines in the Super Bowl, like he was just a charismatic, fun guy, and he played. It seemed like the sport like a little kid in like the best way.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Madden talked about him the way Collinsworth talks about Mahomes.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
It's like this guy, it's like his favorite player, and they just like talking about him. And so you're so right. Like he did have such a legacy, and he was very likable in like his play style and the way he went about the game.
And his mic'd up, it was like he would like fart next to a teammate and then like blame the referee, you know, like it was like a little kid out there having fun. 90s humor, baby. Flatulence is on the table. Like you can, it's still on the table. Farts are always funny.
I love that. For this one coming up, we have one friend that's a Seattle fan. The friend Ryan in the fantasy league, the fellowship. Do you know him?
Yeah.
He's a Seattle fan. So I was mentioning, when the Eagles were in it, we did the cheesesteaks. I was like, dude, you got to do like Starbucks or something, like something Seattle.
Stuff. Yeah.
So I'm really, and then Casey ended up bringing up, he's like, dude, we'll listen to grunge music the whole time.
Nirvana. So, nothing but Nirvana.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get like a big coffee earlier in the day. Again, luckily the good part about the West Coast is I can probably get a coffee and it won't, crush me later in the day or later in the evening, I should say.
Right.
So I want to get a big one, but I want to treat that Starbucks cup like my red Solo cup for the rest of the party. And I'm just filling up my Starbucks cup the whole rest of the game. And so that's kind of like my ode to the Seahawks is like just getting on theme. You gotta be on theme.
You got me thinking. You got my wheels turning now, and I'm thinking about is it called Pike Place where they throw the fish? It's like the
salmon. A lot of salmon.
Yeah, I mean it's like you at the movies, right? It's salmon.
I come with my microwave salmon. That's right.
Oh, right, dude. Also, I told you this last time. I would come in a full Frasier outfit. And you won't know this reference, but I'd ask for sherry. He always drinks sherry on the show. It's a type of wine.
Oh,
Niles,
he's
you
Seattle.
Gotta watch Frasier, dude. Jake, you really gotta watch Frasier. I'm gonna say
if you watch, I gotta watch Peaky Blinders too. So which one? Yeah. I mean,
Frasier.
Well, gotta go Frasier. Well, you gotta watch Game of Thrones. If you watch Game of Thrones, I'll watch one of the two.
The new one.
We'll meet in the middle there.
You're not saying I rewatch Game of Thrones. You mean the
new
one?
No, the new one. The new one.
Right.
3 episodes. Light lift.
Frasier is like a whole endeavor. It's like 9 seasons of like 20 episodes a season, from like 93 to like 2001 or something. So that's like a real commitment. So you don't
maybe I just do it. Maybe it's my afternoon. In the what I like to do is sometimes at work I'll do my.
Maybe I'll do. What you think?
Just a couple. Maybe I can do it as. Is it a light watch? Is it something I have to be really invested in, or can I kind of have it on the background? Like
Jake, you watch like the first season and like really get to know the characters, and then by season 3 to 9, put it on the background. Who cares?
Yeah,
it's on. Yeah. Your friends now. It's like Joey in Friends is gonna do the how you doing. Like you get the it's very situational comedy, and it is very much, oh look, what has Frasier gotten himself into again? And it's the same way I loved George Costanza on Seinfeld. I love Kelsey Grammer like a theater actor on a television show playing it real big. and
Yeah.
and, and really, really hamming up over the top situational comedy. And Niles is just like the best perfect straight man, and like I'll say the sniper for comedy. But
Oh, I
other
love
than
that.
that, you just enjoy enjoy the comedic stylings of the 90s in Seattle, and in theme for the Super Bowl, right? So that's what how
I
I would
love it.
come to that party. I'd have like a Frasier
I'll
outfit on or
binge.
something.
I'll binge 9 seasons before the weekend.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I actually might get in a couple episodes in and try and see if I can get some stuff. But have you now? You mentioned the Drake May stuff. Are you getting into any of the prop bet stuff? Are you interested in that? Do you care about that? Have you seen anything funny?
I haven't, I'll be honest. Besides this podcast, I was a little relieved to end both the fantasy football season and the Eagles season, right? Like football,
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, I need some space, right? Because
yeah.
couple
It happens.
disappointing.
It happens every
Yeah.
year, doesn't it? By the end, you're like, oh, I'm actually really happy this is all done. This is good.
I need a
This is,
reprieve. I need a reprieve.
yeah,
Yeah. And
it is.
so the birds are done, and so I have kind of checked out a little bit. So I haven't looked at any props necessarily. I am interested, and I have, if you have them pulled up or if you want to talk about them, be happy to share maybe my guesses or opinions of it.
Oh,
I do
yes.
have a couple like matchup things that I've been thinking about for the game when you put this up. When you're thinking about the front seven for this amazing Seattle defense, and like, will Ramondre fumble, I think might be, I don't know if that's a prop bet or not, but like,
Oh, yeah.
you're going against his D line. It's a really talented D line, and just defense in general. Also, is Drake May going to throw an interception to? I'll put Reek Woolen and Witherspoon up there with like kind of a contemporary Legion of Boom, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Julian
And
Love is up there
don't
too. He's a good
don't
safety.
sleep on Imanware is the rookie. He might win Defensive Rookie of the Year here. He
Oh, you're
is
putting me on
no
game
joke.
right now. You're putting me on
What?
game right now. I said you're putting me on game right now. I don't even know this player.
Oh my gosh! Look up. It's a very difficult name. Eamon Wari. Nick Eamon Wari. He's 21. He's a rookie. So he is the Cam Chancellor. He is the Cam Chancellor. He is
strong safety.
Strong safety. He's 6'3".
Nickelback. Oh, they got him at nickelback.
Yeah. He's like, he covers. He's gonna cover the tight end. He's gonna cover. He's gonna
6'3" is the height. That is the height that you can.
Prototypical.
You can really. It's prototype. Yep, that's like a perfect size. Yep.
And dude, he runs a 4.38.
Wow.
So
that's
he's fast as hell. Yeah. Like his combine was crazy. Honestly, I thought the Eagles might get him because we lost CJ Gardner-Johnson, and we ended up getting Jahad Campbell, who's awesome. But I would be shocked if he wasn't on at least the board for them.
Dude,
yeah.
I didn't realize their other corner, speaking of the Eagles, is Josh Jobe, former Eagle.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't
he
realize.
Kind of did like a Rasul Douglas kind of deal where he kind of like just hung around long enough and was just like a playable starter.
He's like a high floor guy. He brings up the floor of the defense. He's not going to be the star, but he's not going to like lose you the game. He's gonna play solid ball.
I think the big thing, the exact description you're explaining to me is he's a good tackler for corner. Because and that's the high floor, because even if he lets up a catch, it's like not a lot of yards after contact. He's a good tackler.
And
which I think their whole
horribly, like maybe once every corner gets beat, but like he's not getting beat where they're picking on him. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I mean too. Is high
so
floor.
Is Witherspoon is insane. I think he might be like their best defensive player. He is really, really good. And like, I think between all of those guys, they can just cover everyone. I'm just curious. And then Lawrence as well. DeMarcus Lawrence on the front there. I think he's really, like you mentioned, he's really going to eat Will Campbell and Drake May. I think he's really going to do some damage there.
Campbell, remember everyone was talking about Campbell's short arms in the draft. As a tackle, for a listener, is like, you want longer arms for the tackle position because the fastest guys are going to beat you around, and so you want to beat them around the corner, and so you want those longer arms to really give space,
slow them down,
and do those stab moves to slow down the rush, and this will. It could look like, remember, Joe Tooney got moved out to left tackle, and the Eagles obliterated him in the when he was on the Chiefs in the Eagles Super Bowl. So that's a big matchup to watch. Like you said, DeMarcus Lawrence on Campbell, Leonard Williams in the middle as well. He could really feast as well on some of the shutting down the run there.
Have you seen the Tyler Lockett stuff? Have you seen this?
No. What about he's not on the team anymore though. Old Tyler.
I know.
Was. What?
So the it's going viral where they had the Legion of Boom and they went to back-to-back Super Bowls. Then they drafted Tyler Lockett and he had his entire career with Seattle, like 10 years plus. He finally leaves the team and they go back to the Super Bowl. So the entirety of Tyler Lockett's career is bookended by Super Bowl appearances, and he didn't get to experience them.
Just God, that's
brutal luck. Brutal luck.
Because he was a good like player. He was like a solid player.
Great player.
Yeah.
Really, really productive.
I didn't see
good longevity.
No. Did he go? He went to the Titans for a little bit. I don't think he's still the Titans, but he like bounced around Titans, and then I think he went maybe somewhere else.
He was popping around. I can't remember. Titans was the most recent one. Yeah, he just joined. So it was just this year, which is why the timing of it was his entire career.
And then JSN, JSN just lit the world on fire. And dude, with Cooper Kupp and Shaheed really fills out their three receiver core really nicely. He was a very good fit into JSN, the number one, excellent route runner. Cooper Kupp, a great kind of like slot and outside hybrid that has experience, a little bit bigger, and then Shaheed, a great slot fit. So they all like fit well together, and you can run cool different looks with those three receivers. So nicely done by the GM there. Yeah.
There was some other fun things with Cooper Kupp is he went from mentoring Puka Nacua to JSN, and both players were the leading receivers. He also was the guy that would. You look puzzled.
Yeah, was Darnold on the Rams with Puka Nacua?
What's up?
Did
I say Darnold?
Yeah.
No, I meant Cooper Kupp. Sorry, I meant Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, I meant Cooper Kupp. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my screen here. But Cooper Kupp went from Puka Nacua to now JSN. And also before that, he was the guy, they used to do those Hard Knocks where he would go in the film room with Stafford. And he's like the only receiver that would be there. I think he's going to be the best coach. He's going to be he'll start as a receivers coach and just I think he'll just knock it out of the park. I think he's going to be an incredible coach early in to his retirement. If he wanted to, I think he'd be great at it. And plus he comes from the McVay tree, You
just took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say is he's got a great resume and Mike McDonald too now is a great defensive coach for the Seattle team. Yeah. And so that's also now on his resume too. I mean, we can get to the Eagles hiring, but that's what I feel like we're talking about is like, what's your experience as a player now when you're now becoming a coach as well? Like, what coaches did you learn under even as a player, also as like a coach as well? So that's a great point. I didn't even think about Cooper Kupp kind of mentoring in that way, which is a great point. And that'd be cool, a cool story if he gets a Super Bowl, for him, like his
Yeah.
Super Bowl kind of story. Darnold's a great story. Darnold's a
Yeah.
great Super Bowl story.
Darnold's a really good one. I mentioned that in the pre-show a little bit about like he came in so young. He was like 20 or 21 when he got drafted.
Coming out of USC.
Yep. Goes to the Jets, which is like a death sentence. And he gets through the rookie contract. There's that whole thing about him seeing ghosts. And that was against the Patriots. So he
What do you
ends
mean,
up
seeing ghosts? What was against the Patriots?
Yeah, he had this whole it was like a thing that went viral, but in a press conference he had this thing where he threw like 4 picks or something like that. And they asked him about it, and he's like, honestly, I don't know. I was just seeing ghosts out there. Like I like
he just said that outwardly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And he's like, I don't know, 22, 23 at the time. And he's like on the Jets. So it's not like he's got a ton of support or whatever with the coaching staff and ownership and that type of stuff. So he had that whole thing. And again, it's against the Patriots, who now he gets to go against again in the Super Bowl. But, he bounced around there in between, where he went, obviously had the really great Vikings year, but he was on the Panthers there.
Yep, Panthers. And then there was also another weird one where he was with the 49ers. You forget he was on the 49ers briefly.
Right.
Yep. And then he went to the Vikings, I believe. Had that good year, like you were saying, with Justin Jefferson. And man, do the Vikings are they kicking themselves? They got to be kicking themselves.
They fired their GM. Which is interesting because, I mean, I guess the drafts haven't been very strong for them. The drafts haven't been, McCarthy might be a hit or miss, but I think it's like that what is it? What's that phenomenon where a sunk cost fallacy, where they spent the first rounder on McCarthy, and even though they had an awesome option in Darnold, they felt as though, well, we've already sunk this cost into, a quarterback. We have to see this through, where it's like, well, you don't have to, you now have new information, and this guy looks pretty great. And they could have done what the Packers do, which is just let McCarthy marinate for a little bit.
Let him marinate. This was what we kind of talked about briefly, is like quarterbacks used to sit for a while. You brought up Steve Young in the pre-show, which is like,
that's right.
I didn't realize this. You said Steve Young didn't start playing until he was 27 years old. He sat behind Joe Montana, but he came onto the team at 27, right? And then
I think it was 26. I'm going to pull it up right now, but yeah, that was part of the reason in doing the background on Darnold was, and I forgot about the 49ers bit, which it's a perfect segue though. But yeah, no, so he comes in, he ends up going to, believe it or not, he was the first overall pick in the supplemental draft, which means he didn't make it to the other one. He goes to the Los Angeles Express, which was I think the AFL or
oh wow, that's right.
That was the USFL. So so he went to the USFL, then he goes to the Buccaneers. This is Steve Young we're talking about. Steve Young. So he goes to the Bucs, which is kind of like his Favre era, it's like he kind of has this weird thing you forget about. And so then he goes USFL, he goes Bucs, and then he gets to the 49ers in when he's 26. And then he sits behind Montana for a couple of years. So he doesn't really start getting into form and getting his MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, All-Pro, Pro Bowl. It all starts in 92. So he gets to the 49ers at 26 in 1987. It's not until 5 years later when he's 30, 31 where he finally gets to start, and then he had a 7-year career where he goes from like 30 to like 37 after Montana. So it's like like Darnold he still has the time, you know what I mean? Like people think Darnold's already lived all these lives. It's like Steve Young, Hall of Fame quarterback, didn't even play at this point in his career to this point. So
and to your point, like we brought up Brett Favre, we brought up the Packers. The Packers famously do this where they don't even play their quarterback until he's like 27, 28. Like Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. And they famously have only had those quarterbacks. It's like the opposite of the Browns or the Jets, I guess, where it's like, it's just like a rotation every year. And there's so much impatience, where the lessons of the NFL, it's like quarterbacks don't really mature until they're older is like, that is the consistency. It's very rare that a guy comes in ready, I feel like, in the NFL. Like we saw Jaden Daniels, but Jaden Daniels even had a longer career in college than Darnold did. Darnold came out so young. And so less time at USC, and then it's just thrown to the wolves in New York on a bad team. And you kind of hurt a quarterback's, he was seeing ghosts. You kind of hurt his trajectory, and you hurt his confidence, and you hurt the sort of process of grooming a really good young quarterback, I feel like.
And I think, I mean, it is interesting. He's at a point where he can really, I mean, like he's got JSN, he's got great weapons. I think the reason that age, the reason it takes them to mature is like you have to know the defenses, the strategies that are going on. And I think the NFL kind of goes in waves where sometimes it's like the fast players are, like the receivers, and there's a lot of these receiver sets. And then other times, like it's more in vogue to have a lot more linemen and be running and ground and pound. And it just depends on the personnel in the league to see which strategies are the ones that are beneficial and, the most advantage you can get. And it takes a good amount of time, 5, 6, 7 years in the league, to kind of see all those seasons change and see all those strategies changing. And then that's when you've kind of like seen a full kind of life cycle of everything going from, fast and speed to, big and stronger and slower. That once you see it all happen, then you can kind of go like, oh, okay, now I can identify things quicker and really like play and play fast, because exactly what's coming at you, the concepts and that type of stuff. But
and on top of like the concepts and sort of the macro changes of like what's in vogue strategy wise, is like, the actual players. Oh, I've played against this guy 3-4 times. He always takes the bait, or this, I know this guy, he's very disciplined, like I can't get double moves on him. So if we run this double move, I'm going to flip it away from the guy that 3 years ago he picked me off, and so it's like all of that compounding of experience and players with, like you're talking about, the strategies that coalesce. It takes a lot of time to become, then you're a max processor like Tom Brady, and you can play at like 40 years old because you just see the game really fast. You see it,
and you're just facilitating.
So right. You become the point guard at that point, and you just getting the ball out really quick because you know where it's supposed to go immediately.
He'll be very fun. On the other side, Drake May. It's funny because I like Drake May himself. It's just the Patriots fans not the Patriots fans, but the Patriots success that I don't want to root for the ones that have won so much. I want to root for the guys to kind of get the revenge on the last Seahawks Super Bowl loss as well.
And what's funny is Drake May is the opposite of what we're talking about. He is 23 years old.
Right.
He was he was in North Carolina not too long ago. And so He is like the exact opposite. And this is something that really this really stood out to me when I was watching the highlights of the Super Bowl marathon. Is I'm watching the early 2000s Patriots dynasty. That's why I remember Drew Bledsoe, because I'm like, oh yeah, they had the Bledsoe Super Bowl where they lost.
Yeah.
Then Tom Brady comes in, and then I'm watching, oh yeah, the Teddy Bruschi and Mike Vrabel. I forgot that Mike Vrabel he was like their Brandon Graham. He had key turnovers. He had
And
2 sacks.
touchdown catches.
Exactly. I was just gonna. Yeah,
Sorry.
you
Sorry.
met me there. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's okay.
My bad.
No, but what I was gonna say is now he's the head coach, right? And I'm just excited to see what weird stuff he's going to be like putting out there. They've got a very versatile, deep defense. And like, what weird stuff is he going to do? Because he learned all this, bench your cornerback before the Super Bowl. Belichick, that was one of Belichick's sort of moves. I won't mention Art of War, but it's a pretty a pretty savvy tactic to get you retreat tactfully to try to get an advantage and have them be on the reaction. Basically, as a defense, you want the offense to be reacting to you, kind of, and it'll be really. That's what I'm excited to watch is a chess match of Mike Vrabel with his Belichick era. I would say defensive prowess and defensive schematics.
Tactics.
And tactics. Yeah, that'll be really cool to watch, I think, in this game.
That'll be very fun. And Alex, you mentioned the Patriots defense. This is going to be our sweet, sweet boy, Milton Williams, in back-to-back Super Bowls now. And he was incredible for the Birds, signs a massive contract, goes to the Patriots, and here he is at like the linchpin, like Vince Wilfork role of the Patriots. It hurts. It does. It actually kind of hurts because I wish we could have kept him, but I know. I mean, man, it is crazy. The Eagles to have all those defensive tackles on the same team is kind of wild now. But man, I hope he does well. But yeah, it is interesting to see how they'll deploy. I guess Christian Gonzalez is the other one. If they can get him on JSN as well, I think to me the interesting thing is going to be, like you mentioned, both these coaches. Like we talked about this in the conference where it was the Mikes versus the Shawns. You remember? And so both the Mikes won. Defense wins championships.
The defenses, that's right. Yep.
So it's going to be a defensive, like we have the tactics of the Patriots, which we just rely on as just like a inherent institutional thing. And then there's on the other side, the players and the schematics of the Seahawks, who just have this incredible defense. Now, the difference being, I don't know, can Josh McDaniel scheme up something, like he just has to do his fucking Julian Edelman double pass or his, like Troy Brown double pass or just the quirky, weird, like trick play that only they run. It feels like, but they do it all the time. There's gonna be like Henderson is gonna just turn into like Shane Vereen or James White and just do these weird like dump off screens.
A lot of screens.
Yep. And there's just gonna be these weird plays late in the game.
I know, Jake. Another ex-Eagle, Mac Hollins is gonna have one of those weird, like
special
weird special teams play, but also like trick play. He'll be like the recipient because he's like the snake in the grass role. I feel like he's like he's on the field as a blocker. I'm blocking, and then finally he slips out. It's like a slip fake screen reverse pass to Mac, who's been blocking all game, but now he catches it. I could see that happening. I could see them putting Milton Williams as fullback. You know what I mean? Like a
I
D
was just okay.
tackle.
I was just gonna ask. I'm pulling up the depth chart. I was gonna just going through as you were going through that overview where I want to know who you think on the Patriots defense Vrabel views as the Vrabel player, the
Yeah.
odd man. You know, like who is
Yeah.
I pulled it up. There's a couple things. Let me know your answer. I'll talk through them a little bit, but he brings Harold Landry with him from the Titans. There's this
Yes, but
familiarity.
he's a specific speed rusher, edge rusher that doesn't
Uh-huh.
fit that odd man
Okay.
prototype that we're talking about. Because what I think we're looking for here is
Mm-hmm.
a linebacker that could also play fullback / tight end that they
Mm-hmm.
would believe would come into block, but they wouldn't know that he can catch. That's what
Yeah.
Vrabel was, right? And so that's why I'm looking at Christian Ellis, the inside
Yeah.
linebacker.
Nice. I
That
thought that
is
was going to
who,
be it.
because he is 6'2", 230. He's in the
Mm-hmm.
prime of his life at 27 years old. So, you're thinking probably pretty good athletic dexterity where he could maybe play a different position. He has
Mm-hmm.
94 tackles this year and 1 forced fumble. But that's not enough to really get on the radar of a team
Alex,
where
what do you
he's
know?
kind of sneaky,
Now, did Christian ever mess around on the offensive side back in the college days? Do we even know? Do we think he's
Christian Gonzalez? Is that what you're asking?
no Christian Ellis? I'm saying.
Oh,
Like, did
Ellis.
he
I don't know. We should look it up. I mean, yeah,
also?
because
By the way, Alex, ex-Eagle, Christian Ellis. I don't know if you
he's a
remember,
special teamer,
but
right? He's a special teamer. Is that right?
yep, special teamer. So Christian Ellis and Milton Williams. I mean, you're welcome. I guess. Geez,
Idaho's finest. One of
Idaho's
greatest.
finest. Now, that's a good one, Alex. Are you ready for just the pull of all pulls? This is special teamer, 3rd round draft pick, also around 26, prime of his life, freak athlete, ex Jaguar. You'll never know who the heck this is. Chad Muma.
Oh, okay.
I think, honest, and Alex, by the way,
out of
Wyoming,
6'3".
I think this is the snakiest snake in the grass you've ever seen, because he is. You want to talk height, weight, speed? He's a real nice Madden speed guy. A little user
that's
action.
Why you know him. Here we go.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you can kind of sneak on, and you're like, wow, this guy can really run. This guy can really,
and he's number
get
49.
into it.
He's number 49. So he's number 49. Sneaky.
What was Vrabel? Vrabel's 50 something.
50. I'm gonna guess 57 is my guess. I don't know if that's correct or not. 51. 57. 51. 57. 51. What was it?
So he actually wore a couple numbers. So he wore number 96, number 56, and number 50 is what I remember was 50.
56. Oh, 50. Okay, 50 was probably the Dynasty Patriots era.
Maybe 56. I don't know. But he was also a 3rd rounder. It's him and Chad.
Chad Muma.
But Chad Muma, dude, if Chad Muma makes a play in the Super Bowl, I mean, they probably don't even have props for it.
I was just gonna say, we're gonna write up the prop bet right now? Are you gonna?
Yeah, they'd have to probably make it and be like, "Hey, what are the odds for this?" And they're
Can't
like,
you,
"I don't know, 100
Can't
to
you
1?
do that? I don't sports bet really.
I don't know.
But can't you like make up a prop? Like you make your own, or is that not a thing?
I have no idea. I don't. Yes. Unfortunately,
Jake. I just looked up the offensive backups, and the Patriots have Josh Dobbs and also Austin Hooper. So these are some sneaky players as well that maybe they could sneak onto the field. I did not realize if they win, Tommy DeVito is their 3rd string quarterback. I had no idea that Mr. Cutlets himself went to New England. I didn't know that. And man, would Giants fans be bitter about that one, huh?
Oh, Alex, I mean, I think we're both gonna look at each other and go, of course. You know who it's gonna be? It's gonna be 5'10", 198 out of Eastern Washington, wide receiver, Efton Chisholm III. Slot receiver.
No, who is
Slot
this?
receiver. This guy.
I'm looking at him right now.
This is the Welker. This is Edelman.
Red-haired white dude. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This is the Edelman. This is the Welker. This is the gadget guy.
We're taller than him, Jake. We are bigger than him. If I put on some weight, I mean, it looks like he's kind of
Alex. We could have made the Pats dynasty. We could have.
What were we doing? What were we doing?
Positionally, we had a lot of versatility, and we're just as big as Chisholm, dude.
He's probably really fast. He's got to be really fast to make the league like this, right?
I don't think he is, Alex. I think he's shifty. That's what that slot receiver prototype. They never had top end speed. You're talking Edelman. You're talking Welker. They're the small. It's the whole
Jake,
Alex. What?
This year, the whole year, he has 3 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. The whole year. That's a year.
I love that. That's even better. That's the guy. I'll put a down payment on my house on this thing. This is going to be
Efton. It's going on Efton.
Oh my gosh. No, this is I think this will be
Efton. Oh man, damn. I wish we could watch the Super Bowl together. I would love to just be chirping you. Yeah,
at Efton.
You. At Efton.
Efton's coming.
Where's Efton now, huh? Where's Efton
I've got my
now?
Alex, I've got my Starbucks. I've got my Starbucks. Yeah.
I'm dressed fully like Frasier. I look like a psychiatrist. I have the psychiatrist outfit on.
Yeah.
I go full Frasier.
That's incredible. Okay, so Efton and Efton Chisholm, and then Muma are my 2, and then you've got, who did you mention?
Muma, yay. Shoot, let me go back.
Dobbs was the second one, but then you had Ellis.
I don't love it.
Ellis.
I don't. Yeah. Oh, Ellis. Yeah, Ellis was 1, and then are we saying sneaky touchdowns? Is that what we're saying for this? Like
sneaky touchdowns. I do have another one locked and loaded here.
Well, no, the other one. It could be Milton Williams. Could be the fullback. Come in as a fullback, and then they slip screen it or they slip it out to him like Wilfork. Remember these? Like Wilfork as well.
Yeah, I like that.
So that could be the other one. Mac Hollins, I said, would be the recipient of like a fake screen long bomb, but I don't even think that would qualify necessarily as like a full trick play. It's kind of just like a he'll do a fake screen bomb at one point. Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
Put it on the board right now, Jake. It's easy money. It will happen. It's not
Mac.
It's just
Mac Hollins. Yeah. You don't think I mean, Mac Hollins questionable for the game.
He'll play.
What has he got?
They're going to do smelling salts and shoot him up with whatever
abdominal. Also, Drake May. Have you seen Drake May?
His shoulder?
A little bit of a shoulder. Right shoulder. So the excuses are there.
I don't want to hear.
Fingers crossed.
I don't want to hear the excuses from the Boston faithful.
Oh, what about Jack Westover, fullback? You think he does a little bit of a? They do a play action. He leaks into the flat, and
give me a second. I want to look at his photo and see what kind of guy he is. Jack
out of Washington. Jack Westover.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm looking at him. Real square jaw. Apologies, I'm getting a little advert. Jack Westover, he's got a real square jaw and curly hair. I'll tell you what, though. He looks like he's 6'2", 245. He looks like he could play linebacker in the 90s with a neck roll. That's the type of player he looks like. Like with the big neck roll, or the big what were those called? The big things they
Cowboy
used to
collar.
wear.
Cowboy
Cowboy
collar.
collar. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what?
But
I
but
will
his number
I will say though, I
30.
think I'm gonna back off my prediction for Jack because he actually did have a target and an 8-yard catch in the postseason against the Chargers already. He had a single
Oh.
postseason catch. So I think the cat's out of the bag for him. I'm gonna take
Mm-hmm.
it back. I don't think they go back to him.
So
I
you
don't
don't
think they
like
go
that
back to the
anymore.
well.
I do like that he's number 37 as a tight end. That is chicanery. That
I
is
think, yeah, but he is their starting fullback. I think he's listed
okay.
as tight end, but I think he's a fullback.
Okay.
Um,
Hooper, dude, I think Austin Hooper as the number 2. If you guys remember, true ball knowers know this. He was on the Falcons team that got smashed. I apologize for the advert again.
oh wow, yeah.
He was on the team that lost to Matt Ryan, that lost to the Patriots. Hooper was on
That
that Falcons
that
team
was his
back in the day.
rookie year. It looks like. Wow.
Yeah, and so a true ball knower would know. Wow, he joined. It looks like, I mean, he probably bounced around the NFL a little bit, but he joined the dark side, and now he's in the
The
Super Bowl
Empire.
again. Yeah, he
He's
joined the Empire.
sneaky. He's sneaky old, or a little bit older than I thought. He really crept up on me. I feel like he's just yesterday he was on the Falcons, but it looks like he really bounced around. And then Hunter Henry too. It's so funny. The two of them, they're both like the same age, same height, weight, and they are so similar in like one is number 85, one's 84, height
Hmm.
weight's the same, similar style. I think the Patriots just like people that they all look the same. And then like even the receivers are like all like you've got Stephon Diggs, but then you've also got Booty, and they're both like 6 foot, 190. One is number 8, and Keyshawn Booty is number 9.
Hmm.
um, and they all look the same. I think it's difficult to game plan because it's like, well, they all kind of do the same. They all do a little bit of everything, and they all are the same kind of height weight. So you're not going to match them up by like speed or height because they all are pretty similar.
That seems like
Um,
a McDaniels thing, right? That's got to be like
yeah.
a McDaniels, because he's been the consistency over that time when that
Yep.
strategy is kind of. They like twins. Jake, remember the McCourty brothers on defense with the Patriots back
Uh
in the
huh.
day, which we
Exactly.
love. We love our twin secondary members, right? Shout out
I'm pretty
Rondé,
sure
not Tiki Barber. Hmm.
Ellis. You mentioned Ellis. I think he has a brother. I think it might be a younger or older though, but he has some bloodlines,
Sibling.
whatever. But it'll be a good game. I'm excited. What I'm hoping is that it is something that's just an enjoyable back and forth is what I want.
Yeah.
As just a
Yeah.
third party. I don't even care if it's offensive or defensive. I just would really like a back and forth where it just feels like there's a lot of tension going on, weird plays. Um,
What about Bad
yeah.
Bunny? How do you feel about Bad Bunny?
Badoni.
How do you feel about
Isn't
Bad
it
Bunny
I
at
think he's gonna
halftime?
be I think he's been incredible.
Bad
Didn't
Bad Bunny.
isn't Green Day um aren't they doing something as well? Did
Are
I hear
they?
that? I'm pretty sure um
I know Bad Bunny is doing the
Babone.
halftime. I know he's doing the halftime. Which, in light of everything that's been going on in the country, I hope it's a really good one. I hope he really does well. I'm really rooting for him. Um, and I hope it's like hopefully a positive thing.
So
Um,
it looks like Green Day is kicking off um
they're doing the
Super Bowl.
kickoff. They're gonna run down a
Yeah,
kickoff.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting in there. Um Billy Joel, yeah. No, I guess they're from Santa Clara, and they're going to be doing opening ceremony, I guess. Um
Now, this is a fun fact. Jake and I, our first ever concert was Green Day, American
oh,
Idiot Tour,
classic.
and Jimmy Eat World opened up for him. The Middle, remember the song
Sweetness.
The Middle?
Sweetness was another good one. Very good
Yep.
one.
And we saw them live on our first. What a great first concert, at the Wachovia Center.
Oh my gosh. Now, Alex, do we have any other Super Bowl stuff, or do you want to chat a little bit about the Sixers here? I know we were.
I would love to talk about Sixers. Last thing, Jake, let's just do a little prediction. What do you think?
Love this.
Final prediction.
Love this. Honestly, I am all over the place with this game. It is weird because last year it was kind of like, well, the Eagles have the better team, but they do have Patrick Mahomes,
Right.
and it was like kind of split. And now with this, I'm kind of like, well, the Seahawks do have the better team, but they are the Patriots and they have Vrabel. And I'm kind of like, okay, the lesson from last year was just kind of pick the better team.
Yeah.
So I want to go Seahawks. That's my thinking. But man, Vrabel and the situational stuff. I mean, we talked about this throughout this podcast, Alex. We talked about him out Belichicking Belichick. We picked them for the Super Bowl when we started the playoff bracket. So I mean, we called the entire AFC. We were really close to the NFC besides the Birds. It was the only thing we got wrong.
That was an oversight of the heart. I was picking the Eagles, but other than that, pretty much nailed the playoffs, right? Pretty much nailed the whole.
We were
playoffs.
90%. And honestly, it's just because we had the Eagles going so far, it prevented us from capping out higher.
Yeah.
So some of the matchups were changed out, but
I got in my head. This is what I would like to happen, and I also think it will happen. Is Seahawks win? They have multiple turnovers, and they really put on the pressure where the Patriots defense looks good, but they get beat at least a couple times on the back end with JSN or Shaheed in like a kind of wild thing. And so I think the final is somewhere around like 27-21. But I think the Patriots score that at the end, kind of in garbage time. I think it's like a 2-touchdown game where it's still kind of good.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 2-touchdown difference for a lot of the game. And Darnold doesn't have to do as much. And we get to see Kenny Walker and Charbonnet, I think.
Yeah.
And they
Sharbs is out, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that right?
I think he's
No
out
way.
for
that kind of
because he didn't play last game, and I think he's out for the year if memory serves. But I'll double check at the moment.
That does actually shape my opinion a little bit differently then.
Yeah, because he's out. He's an IR.
Okay, so George Haloney is the backup running back then out of Boise State. I don't trust him as much.
You don't trust Haloney, Alex?
No.
You're a Haloney guy?
Bobo, I do. Jake Bobo, but not just because I want to say the name. But Kenny Walker, I think, is a very good running back. I just think he does need spells. So George Haloney is probably going to get more carries than I would have probably anticipated. Their fullback, he doesn't even run the ball that much. Robbie Oates. Yeah, because I was going to say they could lean on the run game of their two-headed monster was going to be kind of my take here. But with just Kenny Walker is good, but that might not sustain drives because he does these crazy things where he like tries to jump over people and then he's exhausted and needs to take a couple plays off. But if they could get a healthy amount of like West Coast offense going, that could kind of alleviate that. So maybe actually it's a little bit closer than I think now.
Wow, really? Charbonnet really tips it that much for you, really?
As a Charbonnet holder throughout the year, they really leaned on him throughout the year in carries. And it is grunt work, dirty work stuff that I think keeps like a healthy drives alive, kind of. And so if they don't have him and they're relying more on Kenny Walker, this is what I'm predicting now is more maybe like a 3-and-out because Haloney's in there and there's just a dead play. It's not a Charbonnet +2 +3. It's a Haloney -1. and that that 4-point difference swing leads to like 2 or 3 more punts now, right? And that's different possessions. So now I'm thinking, now I'm down to.
You don't think they'll just go Kenny Walker like bell cow and just like?
No, they'll try to. They'll try to.
Yeah.
But Kenny is an electric. I will die on this field on this play type of runner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he can be a full bell cow. They have to really be nuanced in the way they choose their plays, where they're not just running it like time after time after time with him. He can do it. I think he's really talented, Kenny Walker. I'm going to say 24 now instead of 27. I'm going to say 24, 22. So now it's much closer. But I still think Seahawks win. That's my final. That's my final. I'm done.
I go 27-21 Seahawks. No. I honestly, I think it'll be a little bit higher score. I really like the defenses. I think you're onto something. I'm kind of trying to zag a little bit. I think it's going to be 31-24 Seahawks with a defensive touchdown turnovers that facilitate offense. Like there's some fumble recoveries, gets them right down to the 5-yard line. They punch it in, something like that, where I could see that happening. Honestly, for both sides, because Darnold, he's gettable, turnover wise.
Yeah, he is. He is. I'm seeing in my head Josh McDaniels. Like the last game was 10-7. I know it was in the snow, but it was like 10-7. I feel like they'll be happy to be like, just punt it. Like we'll trust the defense, and I think it'll lead to both of these teams. Like we said, they're defensive teams. Their identities are defense. I think both teams will be a little bit happier to do a punt off in the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then like second half happens. They're like, okay, halftime's over. They can't adjust. Now we throw everything at them. And then it'll be like fireworks in the second half. But it wasn't like much in the first half. You know what I mean? It'll be like,
you don't think there's a part of me that thinks I think it is Clint Kubiak is the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he is. He just took a job. Yeah. He just took a job. He's going to be the head coach somewhere.
Now I'm a little worried. This is what happened to the Eagles with Gannon, where like he's taken interviews the week of the Super Bowl, and then his defense got absolutely lit up by the Chiefs. So there's a little part of me that's like, I trust him as a play caller. I think he's really good. What he did with the Saints last year was really awesome. He's got the lineage. I think he's been in some good offensive coaching rooms.
His dad's Gary. His dad's
Gary. He's got Gary at his back. And so I think I feel solid about both teams getting good sequencing early and getting like 7-7 off just the opening scripts. And then the defense is being like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hanging back. And then it settles into what you mentioned with the punt. Yeah. So I do think there's like either 7, like 1 or 2 touchdowns. Maybe it's like 14-7 or 7-7, anywhere from like 3 to 4 touchdowns early in the first half. And it staggers. It fizzles out by the end.
Yeah.
And there's that middle of it.
Middle third quarter to fourth quarter after halftime, the fizzles out, and then it's fireworks. And then they're throwing kitchen sink, the trick plays we're talking about, whatever desperate measures they can take, fake punt, like this kind of stuff. Now, do you know who's calling the game in the booth? Do you know?
Oh, now are you quizzing me? I do not know. Are you
No,
familiar?
I don't know. I don't know, but I thought I just had the final thing before we leave the Super Bowl here. Is there a prop bet if it's Tom Brady? How much we have to I hope it's not Tom Brady.
No.
Doing a Patriots Super Bowl. Is it Chris
Nope.
and Al? Who is it?
It's going to be Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Okay with that.
Yeah.
Collinsworth, I've told you this. It's like Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
I kind of like him now.
You've come all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been enough time. I've been stuck in this cage for long enough where I go, you know what? You did feed me and keep me alive in here for long enough. And you know what? I did have some memories, and I kind of like you now.
Patrick Mahomes is pretty cool, isn't he?
Yeah. And you can kind of see behind my eyes it's not as much life. It's Stockholm Syndrome.
That's hilarious.
So I do like that better than Brady. I was very unhappy with Brady calling the Eagles game, and if he were to call a Patriots Super Bowl, I think I'd throw up a little bit.
Yeah, that would be.
Did you see Kraft and Belichick did not get into the Hall of Fame?
Both don't deserve it, Alex. They're cheaters. They cheated, and this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Spygate. We never forget. That's the only reason they beat Donovan and Theo in the Super Bowl. People don't forget.
Justice.
People don't forget.
Justice.
A lot of fun Super Bowl stuff. I'm very excited. I'm excited for Chisholm to score a touchdown. I'm excited for
Clifton.
Your boy.
Clifton would never. Or
Clifton, dude.
Is it Clifton?
I think so. Chisholm's gonna get one, and
if
then
he gets one, Jake. Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna fucking. I won't text you. I'll fucking call you. I'll FaceTime you hammered.
Just Chisholm,
Clifton.
Yeah. It's gonna be Alex. It's gonna be like a motion. You remember what the Eagles lost the Super Bowl to when they put him in motion and he zags back outwards.
Don't talk about that play, Jake.
That's exactly what Chisholm's gonna do.
Out of the bunch set. Ugh.
And then Chisholm's he's gonna go out wide, motion in. They're gonna rock and roll their coverage and roll it, and then he's gonna sprint back to where he came from,
wide open,
right in the flat, wide open touchdown, 7-yard touchdown. Calling it right now.
What's that called? Like it's basically a whip route, but it's within the motion. It's like through the motion pre-snap kind of choreography.
Pretty much.
I guess you'd call it.
Yeah,
it's like a.
Yeah.
Andy got us on that one. Andy Reid got us on that
because we also did not adjust, which was the most frustrating thing ever.
Jake, we don't need to get into Gannon stuff right now.
Sorry.
We don't need to get into the Gannon stuff.
We don't. What else? Sixers? You want to go chat Sixers? Alex, you had the funniest text. That was incredible. It was my exact sentiment in just like a hilarious tone. You want to mention what it was?
I can pull it up here. Yeah, so, it came across the group chat. I guess they're in the fantasy basketball, I think, is the context that we were kind of missing there.
Yes.
Is that why they were talking about PG? So I think one of them has PG. And obviously Paul George, PG, got suspended for 25 games. And so the guys were all talking about it. And my text that Jake's talking about. Now, you said for Sixers standards, he's right on course, right? Like, this is par for the course. And so I said after that, agreed. Things are getting too chummy with the positive vibes around the Sixers team. This isn't the chaos-driven dumpster fire that I grew to love and hate. So thank you, PG, for the veteran drug scandal. And welcome back, Podcast P. Because
so good. Yeah.
So I hate him. I hate it. Obviously, that's all in sarcastic tone. The vibes are great. The vibes were awesome with the team. The team looked deep. We finally had a year where people were healthy and playing and rotations could work. You know what bothers me about it all, Jake, is this team, they need load management, right? That's what they desperately, desperately need, is they need to be able to rest their players. How do winning franchises rest their players? They kill them in the first 3 quarters, and then the backups play in the 4th quarter. That is how championship teams handle the business. And then you watch the Spurs do it, and like the vibes are great. They're we played 3 quarters, we got our numbers. and then the backups get some play in the fourth quarter. Not the Sixers team. This Sixers team will piss away a lead in the second quarter or the third quarter, and then the starters need to play 40 straight minutes because none of the backups get any play. Jared McCain doesn't get into a rhythm. He doesn't get to come back from injury in like a cool way. He can't even see the floor because the Sixers starters are desperately clinging onto a lead that they have to scrounge out a victory against a lowly team. Who was it like last week? They had a buzzer beater on a team they should have blown out. It was like
I know the Hornets, they lost to a week and a half ago.
Well, the Hornets are sneaky good this year.
Yeah, they're actually on a winning streak. Yeah, that looks less bad in retrospect, but
but still,
there was
exactly right.
I think like a Bucks team at one point we just squeaked on a win.
There
was also there was another team as well that you're like, even the Clippers they just beat. Did you see Barlow is having a big, I think without Paul George, Barlow is going to get some play there at the 4. And
but do you know the timeline for Barlow? Do you know the timeline? So
with his 2-way deal
contract, he's only got I think like 8 or 9 games now left on the 2-way contract before they need to sign him. Now, this was something, shout out to the Ricky for this, is where I learned this information. Did you listen to this? Where PG, now that he got suspended, there is a hidden benefit, which is that pay gets deducted. And so now to duck the tax, which this ownership, you hate it. That's a whole separate discussion. But the fact that they've proven that they always duck the tax and they don't actually pay over the tax, they need to get rid of somebody. But with this suspended pay, they only need to duck like $1.5 million or something to get underneath the tax bracket. And so that means they could just get rid of one of the veterans that have been mentoring, like Eric Gordon, or it seems like Drummond might be the guy out that they trade away. And then hopefully they sign Derek Barlow. They have enough room to duck the tax, maybe get rid of Drummond, and they get like a pick or something and no one really else, but then they elevate Barlow to an actual active roster contract.
You think they're good, but even if they lose Drummond, like with just, I mean, Bona's great, but
they would need a rotation. Yeah, they would need a rotational big to take the place of Drummond, even if it's not in the Drummond. If they sign somebody else, like they got rid of like 2 players and got 1 back, and then like pick somebody up, like because Embiid's not going to play back-to-backs. And Paul George was playing the 4 in some of these lineups. He was playing the 4. And so they kind of showed early on, they kind of would play Barlow at the 5 sometimes with versatility. It's not ideal, but he can. Yeah. And then they have Bona, who could play a great 5. But they just need like a 4 or 5. They kind of already needed like Trendon Watford. I don't trust defensively as much to take up paint. He's tall.
He's boys with Maxey. They played like AAU together or something like that.
They're like best friends.
So he's like kind of like a vibe guy. He kind of like the Antetokounmpo's got like his brother. It's like this is like Maxey's buddy almost.
Now, did you see this kind of sneaky move in this conversation? Did you see they got back Charles Bassey? Do you remember who that was?
Oh yes, he was on the team a while ago. How old is he at this point? Because he was
25. He's 25 now. He was on the Nets previously.
Yeah,
but he sneakily found his way onto the roster here. So that could be part of this. Maybe preparing for Drummond to leave. Is we forget also Jabari Walker is the other 2-way player that has been playing the power forward, kind of like energy rebounder. But with now Paul George, the team does look a little thin on our are kind of fours and are forwards, basically, are bigs now. Looks a little bit lighter, especially with Embiid not playing all the games. It'll be really thin when Embiid's not playing.
Yeah, that's and like I don't know. I feel like I the reason I'm like worried about Drummond is because Embiid always misses time. Like this is his career,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like I'm just kind of like worried about losing Drummond. I'd much rather lose Eric Gordon, where
So
McCain and Grimes and VJ and Maxey all pick up the slack of that, but he is more of a vibes guy and like mentor. So I don't
yeah,
really know what he adds, with
I
the
believe this is my total speculation. I don't know this at all, but I believe, let me double check. I believe Eric Gordon was from the Bahamas, I believe. And let me double check this because I know for a fact Buddy Hield was. So Buddy Hield was from the Bahamas.
yeah.
Let me look at Eric
I don't think
Gordon because
his birthplace was Indianapolis, Indiana, for
that's his
for Eric
birthplace.
Gordon. For Eric
Or is that
Gordon.
where okay. Okay. I thought he was, let me look up. Anyway, I thought like obviously he's mentoring VJ. I thought there was more connection with the Bahamas. Maybe I'm confusing I know Buddy Hield for sure was from the
Okay.
Bahamas. And so I was just thinking like just adapting to the team and maybe some sense of familiarity, but VJ's locked in right now. Dude, his vibes are high. He looks confident as shit. I don't think he needs Eric Gordon. It's great for the first half of the season, but he doesn't need to be on the team anymore. He
Yeah. I don't think
really don't.
he's playing as much. I don't know. I'm just looking at it from like a perspective of I feel like we've got a lot of the guards between Maxey, VJ, McCain, Grimes. And
Mhm.
so, and Lowry. So to me, I think Eric Gordon is less important than, say, Drummond, because after Embiid, we really just have Bona and Bassie, and I guess
Mhm.
Barlow kind of. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it is funny. It's interesting without Paul George now. Barlow becomes
The t-
very important.
the team like all of the sudden looks pretty thin because with Paul George, the team looked deep. It looked like just one player. He was like the versatile high end role player that we really
Yeah,
needed for the 3, the 4, backup point guard. He was kind of even running too.
yeah,
So now we've kind of lost him for like 24 games now, I guess another 23 now that they're playing right now. It's halftime currently against the Warriors, but um he will come back with 8 games left in the season. So it's not ideal, but it is something.
Tin, tinfoil hat. There's a part of me that likes that the team is younger now. They all get to
Yeah.
mesh and figure it out, and then the guy that's missing time is the guy that's the most versatile. So
Hmm.
hopefully he can come back. I mean, that's a positive spin, but yeah, I mean, hopefully
Janot.
the rest of the guys can really pick it up. Like, I mean, it'd be really cool if Barlow really turned into someone awesome, and VJ and Maxey continue their ascent with Embiid
Hmm.
picking up, and then the other guys just kind of play their roles. McCain, I'd love to see McCain really hit more stride, and Grimes as well. We are really those 4 players in guard positions. I think is really strong between
Locked in.
Maxey, Edgecombe, McCain,
Yeah.
Grimes, like really, really strong, and then I like Oubre. Oubre is a really solid guy. Justin Edwards on like just a backup kind of position.
Hmm.
He had a couple moments here and there. But then obviously when Paul George comes back with Barlow, um, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if them like I'd love to see like Barlow, Bona, and all the young guys just running around when Embiid's not in
Hmm.
there, and they're just all running and gunning. They're all getting lots of stats. They're all stat padding, and that would be a lot like the Pacers last year.
Now, I mean, this is kind of like total speculation, but did you see like Giannis Antetokounmpo? Like he's been the big trade talk now that Thursday coming up here is the trade
Yeah,
deadline. So
I did
maybe
hear
even
some
as we're
rumbles.
listening to this, so there's some rumbles as well. Like obviously across the league, Sixers kind of have got floated with like some of that, but not really. Just because Daryl Morey is pretty active normally with trades and stuff like that. Um, but that would be weird because like, what if they could somehow get Giannis without giving up Edgecombe, Maxey, or Embiid? That would be pretty wild if they could get Giannis with
Yeah,
those.
I heard.
You know,
I think VJ would be the one that would be in the deal, which would
I
elevate
just
Grimes or
yeah,
McCain. I
I
wouldn't want
wouldn't.
to. I wouldn't
I
want
I
to.
just
But
want just we just hit on such a lottery pick with Edgecombe. I just want to see his career end on the Sixers already. I'm
yeah,
like, couldn't be more bought in like half a season. You know, I'm
I
just
know.
like, the guy's
I'm really.
great. He's perfect for the city. He's great.
I'm hoping that they just do like just have Maxey and Edgecombe play out their careers. Even McCain would. I like McCain a lot. He might be the one that's the odd man out that gets
Yeah,
traded for. I think like he flashed, but not the way that VJ did. And like VJ
yeah.
really, really hit. And he has the draft
His
capital behind him as well.
his defense is so much better than McCain. McCain is great when he's hitting his shots, I feel. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's his superpower, but when he's not hitting his shots, I feel like it's kind of tough watching McCain. Like because I feel like I think of him as a sharpshooter, and so if he goes for like 0 for 4, I'm like, "Oh man, he's already a liability on defense a little bit and he's not the best athlete. He's like I feel like a good um a solid size, like he's like well sized and lower to the ground. So he's not like playing vertically and jumping up, but he kind of like is closer to the floor. And so he's always like closer and more quick to his shot, if that makes sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like he's
Right.
always ready to shoot right away, kind of. And so he kind of has
VJ,
gravity at his best, you know?
yeah. VJ to me is much more of like he could have a bad shooting day, but he's getting rebounds, steals, hustles, like
Loose
he's
balls.
doing
Yeah.
poke outs. He's
Yep.
getting moving the ball, he's running in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's way better off ball. Where you, like you said, McCain needs the ball, I think, to really have the effect. And so same for Grimes is kind of like in between those two, where he's really ball dominant, but he can also do some stuff a little bit. Just because I think he's been in the league longer,
He's
he's more of a
he's
veteran.
streaky. He's to me like if he comes into the game off the bench hot, it's like a great 6-man type of player. Grimes
Mm-hmm.
is. Dude, he had a dunk last game.
Yes, yeah, I
Did you
saw.
see that? That
Yeah, I
dunk
did.
lit up in LA. It was the Clippers and Harden
Yep,
wasn't playing, so it was kind of like they were killing him anyway, but the whole bench flew off. Like
yeah,
they all like fell on the ground because Grimes slammed a dunk like through traffic. It was electric. That is a 6-man, that guy. And he's like really taking confident threes. Even if he's not hitting them, he at least takes big confident shots. You'd like to see that. Um, so we'll see. I hope what Daryl normally does. I hope they do some tinkering along the edges to try to smooth out the Paul George 25 game span. I kind of like the team a lot now. Where if they just did some minor tweaks, I think I'd be really happy with that. You know,
I think so too. I would love to kind of like, I mean, I hate this comparison, but the Celtics where they got Tatum, they got Brown, and they just built around the two.
mm-hmm.
I want that for Maxey and Edgecombe. I just
did you
want to keep
see?
them together.
Did you see the trade with the Celtics? Speaking of, they just got
No.
Vucevic. They got Vucevic. Remember him?
Whoa. Yeah. What was the deal?
I have
Did
to
this
look up
just
the
happen?
exact. This was today, so I'll be honest. I just saw the headline.
Oh,
Celtics,
Anthony Simons.
yeah, and trade to the Bulls for Anthony Simons. Yep, 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 yep. So that's a
Wow.
pretty strong move for them because they needed sort of that big, and I
Yeah.
mean, Boston loves a big white dude that plays center. That's
Yep.
their
That has
mo.
that can shoot some threes here and there.
A stretch, stretch 5. Yeah, that's pretty perfect for them. I kind of hate how perfect that is for them, that he's a stretch 5 so that he can give running room to Brown, so Brown can still operate.
It is also, man, you know, it's funny. Vooch to me kicked off the process a little bit there.
Dude,
and he's still kicking around.
It feels like the Drew Holiday thing again, doesn't it? Like the Sixers drafted him, kind of like we're like the farm team basically, and then once they're ready, solid NBA starters and players, and Boston gets them. Bless you.
Thank you. Outside of basketball, I did want to mention really quick. This Friday is the opening ceremony for the Winter Olympics. You see that?
Oh my gosh, that kind of snuck up on me. Yeah, I've seen the Lindsey Vonn stuff, so I've seen some like periphery stuff, but that's exciting.
Yeah. I'm so 2 years ago for the Summer Olympics, maybe a year and a half, whatever that was. We have friends Jacob and Ash. We did a little double date, and we watched the opening ceremony, and it was a blast. We ended up picking, I think it was like, we each had a specific color, and whenever that color was in the flags that they came in with for each country, you had to take a drink.
I feel like red's in like every flag.
Not every flag, it was I forget the ones. There was some surprising ones, but like, yeah, white or black, of course, has a bunch. Right. I can't remember the ones that really hit. I think yellow ends up surprisingly have more than you think. Brazil and stuff, and yeah, so we're gonna get together with them and do some Winter Olympic stuff. So I'll have to report back on some Winter Olympic stuff and obviously the Super Bowl, but that'll be fun.
Yeah,
fun stuff, brother. Well, another good one. It's funny, you know, we don't have much sports here. I guess we had some chat at the end there, but we're still going pretty decent length here without the full NFL schedule. Look at us. Take the training wheels off and we're still gliding, you know?
Oh boy. Yeah. We get a little runway here. We got a little runway.
Run.
I think we'll have to, you know, once the sort of Olympics settle down and sports are kind of quiet again, we'll really get you into Frasier. You know, we'll really get you deep into Frasier.
Yes. Frasier and Peaky Blinders are going to be in full effect, Alex. We'll have you making some fire on Survivor as well. We'll get you some Flint
that's right.
Really get you locked and loaded. But all right, brother. Well, this was great. Great catching up as always. And see you next week.
Love you. See ya. Bye.
Love you. See ya.